Well, one of the most watched non-presidential races of the day is in California.
Voters there are deciding who should fill a U.S. Senate seat. And as Laura Barone Lopez explains, today's primary will determine whether the race is just the beginning or essentially the end.
Super Tuesday's blockbuster drama will be in California, where 11 Democrats and 10 Republicans are competing for the state's open Senate seat. Only the top two finishers, regardless of party, will remain in the race.
I am still doing my homework. I'm not completely ready to decide who my next senator is going to be.
For Democrats, there are three leading contenders, all self-described progressives already serving in the House.
This will set a new precedent.
Adam Schiff is best known for trying former President Trump's first impeachment trial.
I think Californians are looking for a senator who leads in the big fights. When our democracy was at risk, when we had a man who would be a dictator as president, I was in the center of that fight, protecting our institutions.
This all totals up to 1,000.
Katie Porter became a viral sensation with her pointed whiteboard interrogations in committee.
I went in really prepared, asking tough questions of people like bank CEOs about why their workers can't put food on the table, asking tough questions, and more importantly, getting answers. And I think that's a really important part of the Senate and the House that frankly we aren't seeing Democrats or Republicans do enough of.
I rise today really with a very heavy heart.
Barbara Lee's national profile dates back to a vote she cast more than 22 years ago.
This unspeakable act on the United States has really forced me, however, to rely on my moral compass, my conscience, and my God.
The only lawmaker who opposed authorizing military force in the days immediately following 9/11.
I voted against that, and I said it could escalate out of control, and it did.
Democrats outnumber Republicans 2-1 here in California. But with the party's vote split between three well-known candidates and low expected turnout, a Republican could make it through to November.
We need to build consensus now more than ever. It makes me think, hasn't anybody played a team sport in Congress?
Former LA Dodger and Republican frontrunner Steve Garvey leans on sports metaphors while claiming moderate conservative principles. But the first-time candidate offers few specifics or a concrete policy platform, saying he's just trying to listen right now.
We're in a time where people are very angry with the issues. They're angry about homelessness, they're angry about crime, they're angry about the economy, and they're angry about the border. And that creates an environment where an outsider with common sense solutions like Steve Garvey can be heard and be an effective candidate.
Keith Curry, the former Republican mayor of Newport Beach, is backing Garvey.
There's no doubt that it's difficult for a Republican running statewide in California.
Curry says star power can elevate California Republicans, like it did for Ronald Reagan and Arnold Schwarzenegger. But Curry never supported Donald Trump, and Garvey won't say who he's backing for president this year. Steve Garvey voted for Trump twice. Is that a problem for you at all?
Most Republicans voted for Donald Trump, and he's probably going to be the nominee this year. He's not very popular in California, but he's going to be the nominee.
Garvey didn't respond to our request for an interview. Over the weekend, Garvey surged in a new UC Berkeley poll from a virtual tie for second place with Congresswoman Katie Porter to a statistical dead heat for first with Congressman Adam Schiff.
Two leading candidates for Senate.
Garvey's rise follows massive ad buys from Schiff during the closing weeks, painting the Republican as his main competitor.
He's attacking me repeatedly on Fox, and in a jungle primary, you can't ignore one of your leading opponents who's attacking you.
This is a huge choice for Californians.
Porter believes Schiff is boosting Garvey to guarantee a win for himself in November.
Eric Early proudly stands with Donald Trump.
She's buying ads that say another Republican, Eric Early, is the true MAGA threat.
I don't think anyone should think that Steve Garvey is going to be California's next senator, but having him in this race all the way through November is a huge, huge gift to Republicans.
For most Democratic voters, the candidates differ more in personality than policy.
It will be hard for me to differentiate. A lot of the times it feels like I'm just tossing a coin in a bucket.
Picking the right person feels really important, and it's pretty tough to narrow it down.
Many of their policies are the same. It's hard sometimes to tell where they overlap and where they don't overlap.
All three candidates support Medicare for all, have proposals to reduce the cost of housing, support abolishing the filibuster, And all three are worried about young voters' disillusionment with President Joe Biden and their party.
I want to make sure that young people know that their voices are being heard.
Right now in our U.S. Senate, we don't have nearly enough younger voices.
If I have a concern, it's about the youth vote.
In the final stretch, they're fighting to separate themselves from the pack.
I'm drawing the contrast with my Democratic colleagues based on leadership and effectiveness.
Porter says she's immune to big money's influence, refusing to accept cash from corporations or lobbyists.
In my time in Congress, in my 5 years there, I've done Congress differently.
Lee had to fight her high school's administration before earning a spot as the first black woman on the cheerleading team. And unlike her opponents, she's experienced living unhoused.
We have families that can't afford childcare. I know what that's like. I've lived that.
If Democrats finish in first and second place, the race to November will be competitive.
I voted for Steve Garvey.
And why'd you vote for Garvey?
Because I'm really tired of the Democratic policies.
But if voters pick a Democrat and a Republican, November will be almost certainly sewn up for the Democrat that makes it through. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Laura Barone-Lopez.
And we'll have more live coverage of Super Tuesday online and later tonight, beginning at 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on PBS.